Hi everyone. So let's start the episode 5. It's the last episode of the season 2. As I announced the beginning of this season, the season 2 is kind of the mini season between the season 1, which dealt with the Carol, and the season 3. I'm not sure when we are going to have the season 3, but season 3 will introduce the main part of Python programming later. So season 2 is kind of warm-up season. So then we are going to finalize the season 2. Before we start, so let me share the one thing. One of the students in our group, the Steve Kim, wrote an article regarding to the Onion Python. So I didn't see the real paper, but maybe. So thanks so much, Steve. So it's for our the Python program, and somebody may interview our TAs, the Unji and the Trinity later. Okay. So then let's start with the stretch. Okay, so we have also a lot of things to do today. So hopefully you guys practice the VI or the VIM. So which is not easy, definitely. So and first time when you are using the VIM, so it's kind of stupid the program, but you will love if you get used. Okay. And if you have any question regarding to this program or general computer science, today I'm going to have the 10 to 15 minutes open the town hall meeting like that. After this, then at the time you guys or your parents can ask me. So also the Unji and Trinity, if you guys are available, you can also stay in after our session. I'm not going to record that part, so we will have open the town hall meeting like that. Okay, thank you. So as a user, please start your terminal or what is the name? Git-bash, the command line, the tool. Then we are going to review what we have done the last time, the episode of 4. So let me start the screen share first. Okay, as a user, if you have any questions, please use the chatting box. Then the Unji and Trinity will answer for your questions. Okay, let me share that. Yes, this one is better. Okay, so in case you are using MacBook, so please start your terminal. So if you do not know how to start the terminal, it's okay. So you can always use the Spotlight search. You can find the magnifier top right corner, then click and you can type the terminal like that and enter. So you can start this. Also, if you are using the Windows, always you can go to the search bar, then type Git-bash if you already installed the Git-bash. So as I mentioned several times, Windows does not support the fully command line. So there are several ways to work around. This is one of the ways. So you can install the Git-bash. If you do not know what is a Git-bash, please go back to the first episode and second episode, then install the Git-bash. Then if you click, then your default, the Windows, maybe the background is black and a gray color, the letter, but for your better, the visibility, so I change the color. So it's totally up to you. So we have the prompt. Mostly I'm going to use the terminal, but in case needed, I'm going to go back to the Windows part. And also I'm going to write down some of the important part over here, so then you guys can follow me. Okay. So first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to, oh, by the way, meanwhile, if you do not download the file, so this is the, where's that? Yes, let me copy and paste again. So this is the link to download the file that we are going to use today. So please download, and as a user, you can unzip or uncompress the file under anyone Python folder. You can find the anyone Python folder over here. So this is the working folder, working directory. If you have a different name, totally fine. You can use your own. Okay, but please download and unzip the file under your working directory. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is the why don't you go to the the working directory. So for example, right now always check the current directory. So using pwd. So I'm in the users, the JELEE, but in case if you are using the Windows, so you can also type like this pwd. Then it may be C drive under users under the lead. Then you can go to the desktop. So you don't have to type everything. As I suggest, you can use autofill the function. You can type couple of letter or even one or couple of or the several. Then use the tab key. Tab key automatically find the autofill the word. So desktop is there, so you can enter. So we can use the cd command, change the directory. Okay, then you can go to the anyone Python. In my case, anyone. So there are several anyone. So I can use this one. So anyone Python. So I can keep typing Python. You don't have to type everything. py, then the tab key. So it's autofill. Then enter. So right now I'm in the working directory. Okay. Then you can do the similar thing. So if we are using the Windows, so you can go to the desktop, and then you can go to the anyone. Also, you can use the tab key for autofill. So anyone Python, you can find this. So then this is your working directory. So this is your working directory if you are using Mac, and if you are using the Windows. Okay, let me close the Windows part. Then going to this. So why don't you create the folder? Okay, name is Python. So let me write down the create the Python folder. Python. Why don't you create it? I do not let you know what is a command, but why don't you create the Python folder? Anyone who knows what's the command to create the directory? Python folder, Python directory. How can you create? Yes, very nice. The Jiwon, the Minion, and the Daniel, you can use the mkdir. You can even guess because you are smart. So the developer, software engineer of the computer science is not that smart. They just use the intuitive name. So mkdir, the Python. So that, or my mistake, the Python. So what happens doesn't look like something happens, so you can check whether you created. There's a Python folder over here. So if you want to check the more details, so you can use the option using hyphen. So -al means A means all, the L means long format. So -al, then you can see the Python is over here. It's a directory, it's created. Time is 7:09 is just before, right? Very nice. So please follow me. So I'm going to wait everyone can follow until everyone follow me. So if you can follow me so far, so please give me a thumbs up using reaction. Let's see how many of them are following me. Yes, very nice. Good, very nice. So far, so good. Okay, keep going. So then the next thing is you can create the file. So let's create the file. So we can we create the Python folder. Then under the Python folder, we are going to create a file. Name is Python underscore the test.py. So let's create this file. So how can you create the file? Empty file. Anyone? So how can you guys can create the empty file? Yes, touch. Think about the Frozen movie Frozen. Whenever Elsa touch it, it turn into the ice. Just like that, whenever use the touch, you can use the touch space. So you can create a file. So touch. So Python test.py. At this time, .py, dot something. You can see .z file, dot something many times. So dot means, so it shows the type of file. It's called the file extension. So it's a file name is this one, but extended using dot. So .py means it's a Python file. If we are using the .zip, it's a zip file. If you can see the .doc, which means doc file, it's an MS Word file. Question: if you see the .jpg, so what kind of file is this? .jpg. So .jpg means picture, photo. Yes, 99.99 correct. So actually, the JPG file, JPG means it's a compressed technique, actually. So because the image file is so big, they want to reduce the size of the file. JPG, it's called the JPEG. It's actually the one of the technique to reduce the file size. Specifically, it's used for the nowadays the photo or picture. Very nice, the Minion and Joseph. So it's the image file. So using the extension, file extension, we can guess. I'm saying guess. It's not exactly always. So you don't have to worry about right now, but later, if you know much about the computer and computer science, you will realize. So what I'm saying right now, the .jpg is not always the JPG, but right now, so you can regard the JPG as an image file like that. Okay, then enter. So you can always check after you create. So there exists Python underscore.py file. So, but what is the file size? Can you? So what is the file size? It's 0, which means there is nothing inside. So from now on, we are going to put something inside the file. So last time we learned about the VI or VIM. Do you remember that? So we can start the VIM with Python test.py file name. So if we are using Windows, it's the same thing. So Python, the touch Python underbar test.py, then VIM Python underbar test.py. Then, as you can see, there's nothing. Then there's nothing. At this time, hold on. Do not type anything. Instead, we are going to end. Okay, we are not going to add right now. So just to end. How can you stop? how can you exit the VIM? Do you remember? Yes, but always, as I mentioned, ESC, the top left corner, so you can find on your keyboard. So top left corner, you can see the ESC, escape key. Always escape key. Then there are two modes, so you can use the colon, okay, semicolon. It's a semicolon, colon. Every time I got confused. Unji, is this colon or semicolon? It's a colon, right? So,
it's a
colon, right? So, why don't you colon, then W, Q, or Q. You can exit the same thing, ESC always, then the colon, W, Q, enter. So this time, if you are not familiar with the VIM, so I'm scared still. So I don't want to mess up at that time. So if you are using Windows, you can use Notepad here. So if you are not familiar, but I strongly suggest you guys to practice with the VIM, okay? But if you are not familiar, I'm scared, you can use Notepad. You can enter this one, then the Notepad will be pop up. So you can type whatever you want, okay? Then what about the terminal? So if you are not familiar with the VIM on Mac, so you can use text edit. So you can use open command and hopefully, let me run this one first. Yes. So you can use the open -a text edit, then file name. So open -a. So let me use the chatting box so you can find the command on the MacBook. So you can see the text edit will be pop up, then you can type over here instead of VIM. So you have two options to edit the file. You can use a VIM. It's a strongly suggest because we learned the last time. If you are not familiar, so who are scared, you can use Notepad or the text edit. Okay, so everybody ready? And we are going to open the Python _test.py. Okay, so please up to here, please. So if you are ready to enter something, please give me thumbs up. Then I can see how many of them are following. You can use Notepad, you can use text edit, it doesn't matter right now, but I strongly suggest you guys to practice VIM. Okay. Okay, so it looks good. And we are going to start the first Python program with the VI. Okay, so do you remember what is the first program in any program language? I introduced last time the season 1. Most of the computer program languages use what? Anyone? It's a hello world. So yes, very nice. The hello world is the first program that we are going to use. So we are going to print out hello world. So first question, when you are using VI, so how can you input? How can you input the data? How can you type? We need to change the mode into input mode. How can you change it into the input mode? ESCI, very nice, Maria. So ESC is not required sometimes, but it's good habit, okay? ESC several times and I. So you can see the insert. This is the insert mode. Then you can type. So what you're gonna type is print. It's a print, parenthesis, double quotation, hello, the world. So this is the program. That's it. If you are done, it's still insert. At this time, ESC again. And how can we exit? Colon WQ. Colon WQ, enter. So if you are using the Windows, it's exactly the same thing. So ESC input is a insert mode. Yes. And then print the hello world and parentheses. Always use the left parenthesis, right parenthesis. Okay. Then the double quotation, hello world. So that's it. And ESC colon WQ, enter. So before we run this one, let us check the file, what happened. You can see the Python underscore test py with the ls command. You can see the change of file size. Okay, change of file size. What about this one? You can see the change of file size also. It's a 21 means anyone. It's a little bit the advanced question. What's the meaning of 21? 21 means 21. 21 means what? File size. Then what's the really meaning of that? Nobody, including TA, Unji and the Trini. So what's the meaning of 21? Megabyte, good guess. The Daniel is a very nice guess, but the 21 megabyte is really big. We type just a hello world. So count how many words? PRINT left parenthesis. Then quotation mark, HELLO space WORLD double quotation and parenthesis is a 20. Then end of file. And so it's total 21 byte. Yes, nice, Joseph. Gigabyte is too big. So it's a character, Jennifer. And Joseph is correct, but it's in terms of byte. It's the size is the byte. So it's a 21 byte, 21 character. Because as I introduced last time, the 1 byte means 1 character, 1 letter. Okay, very nice. Then it's time to run the program. You should be careful from now on. If you do not install the Python, because you didn't finish the season 1, you probably will not work. Your program will not work. Then don't worry too much. Later you can run with a Python program. Okay. First, the Mac user. So Mac user, please type Python 3. Okay. If you just type the Python, it will run old Python. So Python 3, okay? Python 3, then file name, Python underscore test.py, okay? So this is the correct command. Python is a Mac user. So Mac user Python 3 space Python underscore test.py. And the Windows user is just a Python. Python underscore test.py. Let me copy. So let me type over here. So Windows, for Windows, it's a Python test.py. Okay, so Python the Mac user use the Python 3. The Windows user use the Python. Then enter. And enter. Then you can see hello world, because we ask the Python to print hello world. So hello world is printed, hello world printed. At this time, many of the students may not work for this. If you do not install the Python on your laptop, it will not work. Also, if you install the Python later, especially Windows user, before the after the Git-bash, it may not work. Okay, not always, but sometimes you need to install the Python first, then the Git-bash. So if your Python is not working right now, don't worry too much. This is the way how you can use the command line for Python program, one option. So later when you insert again, then it will work. Okay, so let's check, quickly check how many of them can follow me. So please give me thumbs up if you can run your first Python program with the command line. Okay, with the command line, please give me thumbs up. Very nice, Jennifer and Joseph and Maria. So very nice. Okay, and here, so we have the Mua. So please, if you are using Notepad or text edit, you can save. Then go back to your prompt and run the program like this. Okay. Please ask to the TA if your program is not working or any question. Okay, so let me wait 30 more seconds so you can take a time. And if your program is not working, please try again. Okay. At this time, I'd like to show the cool things. So Python, it's not always with idle or other ID. You can use the Python from the command line. So if we are using MacBook or the Mac user, type Python 3, enter. If we are using the Windows, be careful. Do not type the Python, please type -i. So Python -i for Windows user. This is for Windows user, for Windows. So -i, then enter. Then you can see the Python prompt. So Python prompt is the 3 of inequality sign. This is a Python prompt. So even you can do the Python programming here, like the print hello world. Then it will run. And also the print hello world. It's working here, the print. Okay, so you are able to use Python. This is called the Python shell. Okay, Python shell for your convenience. Okay, Python shell is sometimes a very efficient way to test a very quick programming. Like I want to do the 1 + 1, enter is 2. I want to do the name is Lee. Then, oops, it's error. The name is Lee. And print name. You can do the very quick programming using Python shell. Then to exit the Python shell, exit, exit. But don't forget parentheses. we will learn why we need to do such a parenthesis left and right every time later. Okay, the probably season 3. So exit. So we go back to the VI. So let's take the Python file. Why don't you open your Python test again? Python test. And this one also the VIM, Python _ test. Okay, and also here. Then the next thing is we are going to add one more line. One more line, the print, whatever you want. So how can you add a line over here? Anyone? So anyone who remember how can we add the line? How can we add a line? Oh, yes. So very nice. Oh, so ESC, then O. It's an insert mode, but you can see the cursor is ready over here. Next line, insert. So you can insert print, whatever you want. Print what? Happy full moon day. Yesterday was the full moon day. Then the same thing. Also, another thing is you can move the cursor. Oops. Print happy the full moon day. Then how can I save? Same thing. ESC colon WQ. The ESC colon WQ. Then run it again. At this time, do not type the command again. Instead, why don't you use arrow key? Up arrow. Up arrow. One more time, one more time, one more time. Yes, I found the previous command. Then you can enter. Same thing, the Windows, you can use up arrow key. Up, up, up. Yes, this one, and enter. So you can use the arrow key to find the previous command. Okay, so hopefully everybody can follow me. So I will give the 1 more minute to finish this one. So now, right now, you are able to create a Python program using VIM. We don't have to use the PyCharm. We don't have to use any other thing. Just using the terminal, the command line, we are able to do the Python programming. It's cool, okay? So if you are able to run the Python program on command line, please give me thumbs up. So if you are able to run the Python program on the command line, please give me thumbs up. Very nice, very nice. Please give me thumbs up. Okay, very nice, Joseph and Maria. And please give me thumbs up. And Jeremy, very nice. Okay. Next thing is, can we run the Carol program? So we use Carol program during the season 1. We learned. So if you do not know what is the Carol, I'm going to very briefly, within a minute, explain what is a Carol. Okay, first, not this one, and somewhere, but not this. Where is it? Yes. So this is a Carol. So Carol is a robot. So this, let me clarify the old drawing. Okay, then the mouse. So Carol is a robot that we are going to control. this guy is a very nice guy that he can follow our order, but the caret can do only 4 things. One is move. So move one, only one step, okay? So this time caret's direction is the east. So this is the eastbound and the north and the west and the south. You can see the 2 legs here. So always the legs is the south and west, and the moving direction is the east. So he can move only 1 step, we don't move. Another command is a turn left. Caret can change the direction, but there is no right turn, only left turn. So 90-degree turn with a turn left. 90-degree turn with a turn left, like that. Then what if you want to turn right? How can you turn right? How can you make the caret turn? Yes, 3 times turn left. That's what he can do. Turn left, turn left, turn left. Then it's a turn right. Okay. Then there's 2 more things. One is there's a beeper. Beeper is like the diamond style. That's something. It's called a beeper. So caret can pick up the beeper and also drop the beeper with the put beeper. So we will see such an example like that. Oops. Let me erase the drawing. You can see this is called the caret word. Okay, so caret word is like the word, like the boundary. So, oops. Oops. Where is, let me, yes. Oops. So here, this is called the caret word. It's surrounded by the word. When the caret touch the word, it will be crashed. So you should be careful. And also, if this one is blocked, caret cannot move inside. So caret can move this time the 1 and by 1 grid like that. And this is called the beeper. So when you place, when caret is on this spot, caret can pick up at that time using the beeper. Then when arrive a certain place, you can put beeper. So these 4, move, turn left, and put beeper, get beeper is the, so pick beeper, put beeper, turn left, move. These are all the things what the caret do. Okay. So using this one, we learned how to do the programming in season 1. So if you remember the first caret is like here. So this. So caret is starting 1 and 1, the location bottom left corner. Then move. Let me use this one again. So move and the pick beeper, move, turn left. This one is turn left, and here turn right. But there's no turn right, so turn left, turn left, turn left, and move. And another move, and the put beeper and move. So this is after. This is our first caret program. Do you remember that? Do you remember? Yes, it was the first program. We are going to run the same program. At that time, we used PyCharm. Do you remember PyCharm? If you do not remember, PyCharm is like let me start the PyCharm, but it will take a time. And it's like the green thing, and the background color is black, and we type the right-hand side. That is called the IDE, Integrated Development Environment. It's a tool to code the Python like that. This is a PyCharm. but we are not going to use this PyCharm. PyCharm is not Python, as I said. This is a tool to edit, okay? So let me close this. And we are going to use only command line this time. We are going to use the command line. So how can we do that? So you should be in the anyone Python folder. So check the pwd anyone Python folder. Then if you ls, you should have the any Python S02-E05 for if you uncompress. If you uncompress the zip file, you should have this folder. Same thing on the Windows. You should have the any Python S02-E05 folder. So why don't you move that folder? Any Python S02-E05. You don't have to type everything. So you can use the tab, cd, any, yes. Then using ls, you can check the file. Using ls, you can check the file. What kind of file can you see? First, carol.py file. You can see that this file, and also this one is a folder, carol folder, words folder. You don't have to worry about these two folders. And what we're gonna use is the first carol.py file. This is a, you can guess, what kind of file is this? What kind of file is this? It's a py. Yes, we can, due to the file extension, we know this is the Python file. So that we're gonna do something. Before we enter the first carol.py, before we edit the file, before we code the file, first run the program. How can you run the program? In Python 3. Please use the Python 3 for Mac user. First, carol.py. If you are using the Windows, so you should be careful. There are two, when you unzip, there are two of them. So then, first, Python, you don't have to type 3 if the Windows user. First, the carol.py. So I'm going to run this. Then if you can see this, then you are good. So why don't you run your first carol.py using command line. You guys are familiar with the Windows, right? We use a lot during the first season. Season 1, we used this thing a lot, but even though you click the run, it will not work, right? Because we didn't input anything. So please give me thumbs up. So if you are successfully start the Carol program. Okay, very nice, very nice. So please take a time to run this. Hey, they're very nice. Please take a time. Please take a time. If you successfully run this, please give me thumbs up. Hey, very nice, Jonathan. Okay, so let me learn the Windows whether it works well. If you run the Python, yes, it runs the Python like this, but there's no program, so it will not work. So let me close. Okay, then we are going to solve that problem using VI and command line. Okay, so let's VI and the first carol.py. You don't have to type everything. Use the tab key. Okay, then if we are using the Windows, but if you are not familiar with the VI, you can use the Notepad for the Windows user. Also, you can use the text edit for the Mac user. So for example, first, carol.py, then you can see the code. So let me open this one, VIM. So here, this is the first carol.py file. We are going to edit this using VI, command line. So first thing is, how can you move the cursor? Anyone? How can you move the cursor? JKL, HJKL, right? So H means left, L means right, J means down, K means up. So you can use HJKL, or you can use the arrow key also. You can use arrow key, then why don't you move wherever you want here? So you can use the arrow key or the HJKL, so then you can move anywhere. So what we're gonna do is first read the description here. So you should write something blah blah blah, but here make sure to delete the path line. So how can you delete the line? How can you guys delete the line? DD, yes. So we can go to the line like that here. So moving the cursor on the line where you delete, then using D 2 times, then delete. Okay. If you are not sure whether input mode and the command mode, yes, always. Then I don't want the command. This is a command. Okay, it's annoying me. So I want to delete this. How can you delete? You can use the DD. But this time, if you want to delete the several times together, how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. You can do the 6 DD. First type 6, then DD. Or you can do the DD again, and 6 times. It's up to you. So I'm going to use the 6 DD. Oops. Yeah. 6 DD. Then you can delete at one time. Then you can delete at one time. So then you can DD several times until you want to stop. Okay. Just in case, if you have any problem, I don't want to mess up, so you can go out like the ESC colon Q and exclamation mark. That means you can quit without saving. Then you can start it again. Okay. If you messed up, so don't worry. You can the exit without saving. Then do it again. But this time I'm going to continue. So we are going to add. We are going to add the code here. So how can you insert? ESCI. And if you remember, one of the most important part of a Python program is what? Anyone? You need to keep what? Alignment, indentation. So, for example, here, you need to follow the indentation line over here. How many? 1 tab or 4 space. 4 space. So if you remember that this is a really important part of your programming. So go back to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Space 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, so we'd like to move. Okay, so move. Then just one move. And the exit colon WQ, enter. Okay, so let's go back to here. So here I want to delete all of this. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, one move, and save. Save. Then run the program here. Run the program, so we can run Python 3, enter. So you are ready, and run the program. Yay! The caret is moving. So which means, so we are able to code, do the Python program using VI and command line. We don't have to use the PyCharm or either, and also it's very convenient later. Okay, so if you make the caret move, please give me thumbs up. Please give me thumbs up if you can make the caret move. Very nice. Jeongkyu, very nice. And Stefan, very nice. Joseph, very nice. And who else did? Please give me thumbs up if you can make the caret move. Okay. So what about this? So let me run this program also. So Python first caret. I'm using the remote desktop VNC, so it takes some time to load. So let me go back to here. So you can stop. Let's run the program. Yes, finally the caret is moving on Windows also. So next thing is open the file again. Then you can move the position you want. Solve this problem. Let me show you this problem. So you can make the caret move following this way. So you can make the caret move here and turn left, turn right, and drop the beeper and move. So this is the end. Why don't you start your code using VI? Okay, using VI. So why don't you solve the first caret problem? Let me do the programming again. Here, continue. So how can you add the line? You can use O over here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget 1, 2, 3, 4. The command. Oh, if you are not sure what command you gonna use, so these are the command: move, turn left, pick beeper, and put beeper. So for example here, I'd write to pick beeper. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, the move, and the so on. So let's go back here. So move the pick beeper, move, turn left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, the turn left. Then move, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no turn right, so we need to do the turn left. Here, instead of typing 1 more time, 2 more time, turn left, is there any convenient way, easy way to copy the turn left again? Anyone? We learned copy and paste. Anyone? How can we copy the line? VI? How can we copy and paste the line? Yes, YYP. Very nice. So instead of, you can type like this. Jennifer, very nice. So we can type again, but it's boring. So what we're gonna do is here, I'd like to copy the turn left, YYP. You don't have to YY yank again, just P again. So YYPP. Then you can do 2 times copy. Very nice, Jennifer. Then turn right, then move. 1, 2, 3, 4, move. And one more time move. Then put beeper. And one more time move. But we don't need this at this time, DD. So we have this code. I'm not sure whether it works. So this is my code, okay? So how can you check? Run the program. How can you run the program? ESC colon WQ, then you can run the program. Python 3 first carol.py. So this is a Windows and run the program. Yes, turn right. Yes, put people. Yeah, it's success. So we have 5 more minutes. So please try to complete your first Carol program with the command line and command line editor. Okay, so let me try the same thing on Windows. Let me try. So here, so VIM, the first carol.py, it's the same thing. It's very hard to see it because I changed the color. So I'm going to use Notepad. I need to change the color for the cursor. So the move. So the pick beeper and move and turn left, right? Yes. And move and turn left 3 times. But here, this is Notepad, so there is no YYP. So I'm lazy to use the mouse. So then keep typing and move. And another move. And then the put beeper. Then move. Okay, it looks good. So save. Then you can run the program using this one. Let's see whether it works. Okay, run the program. Click the run program. It looks good so far. Left 3. Oh, there's something error. I don't know what happened. So then they'll go back. So there's an error. Oh, there's an error over here. So even command line. So it works. So you can check the error. So how can we change it? Oh, not this one. So you can start the VI or the Notepad. Then there is a move over here. Move. And then save. Then run it. Also, this is Notepad again. 1, 2, 3, yes. Run the program. If you want to speed up, fast. Yay! So on Windows, Carol is doing great job. Okay. So this is if you cannot follow the code, so this is the solution. Please check the solution with your code. Then run the program. Okay. So how many of you successfully complete the program with the command line and the editor? So how many of you? So please give me a thumbs up if you complete the code. Okay. How many of you? So please give me thumbs up. Okay, very nice. Very good. Okay, so it's the end of time. Thanks so much for your participating in the season 2 Anyone Python. during the season 2, we learned how to use command line interface. It is true, even the computer science major, the student and researcher professor, they are not much familiar with the command line because of the GUI desktop. So we are able to do. But to be familiar with the real computer, command line interface is a really nice, wonderful, efficient way. Okay, so it's kind of a habit. So if you start to learn the computer, so such a command line will be really, really helpful for your development. Okay, so please try. Without trying, so definitely no way to know about it. Okay, thanks so much for joining the N1 Python, the season 2. We are going to end the season 2 with episode 5. So I do not know when we are going to have the season 3. So I'm getting busy the next month. So maybe the winter break, but I'm not sure. So maybe Thanksgiving, I'm not sure. So I will do my best to resume the new season. But at that time, pretty much, probably. So today, when I listen the radio, probably means 70-something%, but certainly means it's 90-something%. Certainly, we are going to cover the real Python programming. So Carol is kind of fake. So command line is not the Python. Finally, we will learn the real Python programming during the season 3. But season 3 will not cover everything. So we are going to start to learn the Python. Thanks so much for your the joining and participating, and be safe, stay safe, because still the coronavirus pandemic is not gone yet. So please stay safe and have a great weekend, and also the full moon, the happy Chuseok. Thank you.